Hey, it is me and Layla. We're at DC. So, flying out of DC to Quebec can be as cheap as $350 up towards $700. It just depends, but it's a lot less expensive than trying to fly out of, we're 3 hours away in the Virginia Beach area. So, um, this is Layla. So, we have a lot of things planned. So going to Quebec for French is very effective for Americans. I know people are very snobby and they're like, oh, the Quebecois accent and the French accent are so different. And like, that's stupid that they're making a big deal out of it. Like, British English and American English are different and have different vocabulary. That doesn't mean you can't be understood. It just means you have to do a little bit more.
And it's just how they are.
Right, like, don't be elitist snobs, right? So that's so stupid. So you don't have to go to France to learn French. I already took a trip to Quebec, obviously, for language immersion, and I told you about it, and I had fun. But now I'm going with Layla. We're going over spring break, and I plan on, this is going to be mostly for her. So we're going to be like, you know, whatever the equivalent of Chuck E. Cheese is for kids, and the arcades and the games and the indoor water parks. Just places where she'll be with other kids. It's 30 degrees in Quebec in April 2023 and rainy. So it's not a lot of outside things. So a lot of indoor things. The Children's Museum is pretty good. And they have like a science lab in Quebec City. I chose Quebec City over Montreal. I think we'll go to Montreal maybe next year. But like half the people there speak English. So Quebec City, it's like 8 out of 10 people speak English. So you gotta speak it. And pretty much when I call people and I start in broken French or just halting French, they switch to English. So then when I go, je suis ici pour pratiquer, then they're very nice and they're like, oh, j'écoute, and they'll listen because they want people to speak it and they know if you're trying. They're generally super patient. They just want to bring more people into their language. So Layla's she does about 10 minutes of Lingo Deer now. So we're going to do a video on Lingo Deer versus Babbel versus Rosetta Stone. Quick synopsis, I thought Rosetta Stone was great, but I think Babbel and Lingo Deer are better, and Lingo Deer is cheaper than Babbel as an app. Layla does about 10 minutes, but I don't know if you guys know, 10 minutes in like a 6-year-old brain is like 3 hours in an adult's. Like, they don't need to do too much to learn. They process at a very high speed. So she does about 10 minutes, and the idea is 10 minutes every day. I'm leaving it 4 years for us to learn is enough. And then I told you we're doing a language immersion school next year and traveling to France in the summer. So that's what we're doing. Just ignore the NPCs, sound player characters. So let's talk about travel. So this thing is called Single Mom Fun and Travel, and there's certain things I do as a single mom who travels with her kid. And so, for instance, give yourself at least 2 days and start packing 4 days before you leave. Our flight is today on Saturday. We started Wednesday. So Wednesday I did her laundry. So her laundry plus her bag. Thursday was my laundry plus my bag. Friday we finished. So I've learned if it was just me, 1 day, okay? And it's not that good. But this way it's good. And not only that, our flight leaves Saturday. We came up to DC Friday. So we drove the 3 hours on Friday. And the good thing about driving 3 hours on Friday, and we stayed the night, I had hotel points, but even if I didn't, you get like an Airbnb for $50 or 70. The good thing about that was that God, it's just not rushed, man. And I will pay like an extra $100 per ticket to get like a 10, 11, or 12 o'clock flight versus a morning flight. Now, the good thing about the morning flights is that they don't tend to run into delays or weather delays. The longer you go into the afternoon, the more delays you're going to get. It just is what it is, but I'm okay with that because I give myself so much time. When I travel with her, especially in airports, if I get a really long layover, I'll just pay $50, $100 for us to go to the lounge. That's just part of it. That's like, instead of me getting first class, that's like my first class. So you got to trick your brain, you know? So it's quieter. You get free food and drinks. It's like a little party, honestly. Like when you're traveling, you have a 4-hour layover, but you get free food, free drinks, free cocktails. Listen, I don't know about you, but that's part of the plan, right? So that's what we're doing. So we're going to be doing a lot of kids activities, but I just wanted to say note about traveling with kids. Literally, if you're a single mom or dad and you're traveling, 4 days, start ahead of time, come up the day before, get the cheaper ticket by going 3-4 hours away, but like just manage it. And so what's the cool part is, like, I used to live in Arlington, Virginia, which is out right where DCA is, the Washington Airport. And I have my favorite restaurants, like Full Key is like a Chinese restaurant that's really good. El Pollo Rico is like a really good restaurant, and if you're from DC and you're watching this, you know. If you know, you know, right? Like line out the door wherever you go, it's just really good. So that is it. Those are my travel tips. Just to give yourself 3-4 days to start packing. Otherwise, I've learned the hard way. You're just so exhausted, and then you don't want to do it. But if you do it like this is more leisurely. You can fit it in with your real life and your schedule. You can fit it in with everything. So we brought her to DCA. We went to Air Canada, and the person started talking to her in French, and I liked it. She was able to listen. She took a pause, but was able to be like, "Au revoir, ça va bien." So, Layla, do you want to say anything about the travel? How do you like the travel in the hotels?
It was good.
Okay. Layla just reminded me to say, if you like the content, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe.
Like for part 2.
Yes! These little kids are great. Anything else you want to say? That's it?
And also, comment if you want the part 2.
Also, leave a comment if you'd like a part 2. These kids are on point. I love it. I wouldn't have even thought about that. All right, say salut.
Salut. Bye.